Greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. It is The Drive, rocking inside the Finley Hyundai Studios. And boy, oh boy, the vocal cords are going to be tested after another game last night, a high school playoff second-round games tonight, and then we've got the state tournament all next week. Paulie, the vocal cords are going to be tested. How's the voice box feeling on a feel-good Friday morning?
I'm feeling good, buddy. Probably close to 100% in the voice box department. So
wow.
We're doing all right. Yeah, we've saved it really well for next week.
Tara, voice is good?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't have to yell at the kids last night. They were at the Jazz game yelling at Ryan Smith.
I was in the studio yelling at the television watching the Utah game.
You were yelling at Devin Dixon last night.
I was, yeah.
I mean, exciting game last night.
Yeah.
Exciting game last night. Let's get right into it with the best thing. Couple of angles here. I'm going Utah Tech. I mean, really the only thing I watched last night, like I got home, I did watch a little bit of the live golf afterwards. I saw a hole out and stuff. I did watch Sports Center last night, but nothing topped being in the Burns Arena and hanging out, having a good time, and beating Utah Valley University. 8th conference win for the Trailblazers last night. Led wire to wire, Tara.
Yes.
Saw it, Paulie saw it, I saw it, and called it. No lead at all last night for Utah Valley. So that's best thing number one. Best thing number two, obviously you win the game, 81-77. And I thought the key play, there was a number of them, and there was some struggles there with the free throws late in the game, but I thought the hero, Mr. Chance Trujillo, did it again. I coined that phrase last weekend.
Yes.
In that
was
double
my favorite.
OT Arlington game. I don't know if Rod's used that before. Have you guys heard Rod use that before? Okay, good. I don't want to steal any thunder from Rod Zundel. I'm being serious. I'm not joking.
I know.
But I heard him say it yesterday afternoon.
Oh, he did.
As he was promoting the show, and I was like, man, did I get that from Rod, or did he get that from me? Who cares? It's Chance Trujillo, the hero, again. We've got the TV and the radio call. The Burns was rocking. It was a good crowd. It wasn't a sellout crowd like we want for tomorrow night, but it was a good crowd, and hope you can come down because we got another big one tomorrow against the Lancers of Cal Baptist, and we'll get to them a little bit later in the show as they did beat SUU last night. But time is running down late in the game. UVU is coming, and it's 4:15 to go, and UVU's cut it down. I think it was like 7 or 8 points at this point, and Chance Trujillo makes a big triple. There's ice water running through this guy's veins.
Hang on, here we go.
Holt. Good look. A little short. Wolverines can get really close now. It's an 8-point Utah Tech lead under 4 to play.
Good transition defense there by Utah Tech. That time getting back, stopping the ball. But still, no answer for Holcomb. I mean, they stopped the ball in the transition, but he has been a machine in the paint tonight. Been a problem for Utah Tech this second half. 15 points, 6 of 8 shooting.
He ended up with 20 on the night.
6-point lead, 3.5 to play. What else would you expect from this old Hammer rivalry? Holt 3.
Okay,
Utah
wait.
Tech scoreless for nearly 2 minutes now.
Not the clip we were looking for. Not the clip we were looking for. That's okay.
I hate scrubbing on here. Hang on.
Let's go to the radio call. Do we have the radio call?
We do.
Let's go to the radio call. Last night, Chance Trujillo, Holt did misfire. There was a deep carom, similar to the play you just heard, but Trujillo ends up collecting it, and it was so clutch. And just right when UVU was coming, they still did cut it to 2 late in the game, but I thought this was the play of the game. Here is me and Ben last night, right here on the Fan Sports Network.
Wait for his teammates. And they'll use some. No, they won't use clock. It's a 3-by-Belonga juice. Hold offensive rebound. Trujillo will hoist and hit. Chance Trujillo from downtown. And that's on fire 3. Chance Trujillo's got 14 on the night.
Wow, Dev, what a great shot, an offensive rebound.
Right,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, I mean, huge play. Huge play. I thought 5 in double figures, very balanced. I mean, Potter only had 11. Trujillo had a game high or a team high 14. Tanner Davis had 12. Juice Holt had 13, and Noah Valonga had 13. It was interesting. They started Trujillo. Juddy started Trujillo, and we had Juddy on the show yesterday talking about, Chance, if you've noticed, been coming off the bench the last 4 games. He started last night, but Valonga started the second half, and Chance came off the bench in the second half. So the shuffle in the deck, maybe a matchup thing, I don't know, but it worked out. Utah Tech wins 81-77. They're 8-4. Cal Baptist beat SUU last night. And so they are 9-3, and the Lancers probably drove down I-15 from Color Country, Cedar City to St. George, got to the hotel last night probably about 11 o'clock or so, and then they got some shut-eye, and they'll have probably a light practice shoot-around today, do some stretching, and then tomorrow night the Burns will be rocking again as Cal Baptist comes to town to take on your Utah Tech Trailblazers.
Yeah, for sole first place, that's a huge game. Last night was the biggest game in the D1 era, and now this one even bigger. So Saturday night, got to pack the Burns. I was one of the people packing it last night. I was there in person, enjoying the game. It was a thrilling game. I mean, to build a 21-point lead and see it wither away a bit, but the grit, the resolve of this Utah Tech team playing the majority of the last 8 minutes without a timeout, so not much time for Coach Judkins to get guys composed and back whenever they're kind of going off astray a little bit. And there was a sequence where UVU was just scoring on almost every possession. So, the floodgates opened for UVU late in that game, but Utah Tech held them off and got the big W.
One clip of this is Spencer McLaughlin last night on ESPN Plus as the SUU fell 83-66. They got off to a hot start, the Lancers did, and kind of never looked back. Despite some efforts from Cottrell and Elijah Duvall and Jaden Farrow.
From Duvall, uses his left hand to sling it all the way across the court to find Farrow. That was beautiful.
Jaden Farrow loves that right corner. He had made just 1 triple in his last 3 games coming into today. Williams misses at the rim.
Just made it.
So
he made it.
It was a nice dime by Duvall. Yeah.
This is why I hate YouTube.
I know. It's hard.
I'm trying to describe it.
The Cottrell stat line was really good last night. 40 minutes on the court.
Wow.
Okay, 40 minutes. Cal Baps got some size.
Yeah.
And he had 24 points. I believe that's a season high.
Okay.
9 of 12 from the floor, 4 of 5 from downtown.
He likes that 3.
Yeah, but guess what Dominic Daniels Jr. did? Dropped 32 on the T-Birds, 12 of 24. 32 points, a game high. And that'll be a problem defensively that Utah Tech will have to solve. They do have those 2 bigs. It's just not been a good matchup for Utah Tech, but they haven't been playing as good with as much confidence as they had, and they haven't played Cal Baptist at home, and they will tomorrow night. We do have a couple of select tickets we'll give away, but certainly best thing I saw last night was the Burns rocking and Utah Tech getting the dub, and can't wait to run it back again tomorrow night. That should be fun. All right, Paulie, best thing you saw.
All right, let's get into it here, as this was much talked about topic yesterday. You saw it all over social media and the internet everywhere, but the Jazz were fined $500,000. A nice little fine for tanking. And Bobby Marks, who's an NBA insider, he says tanking fines is like paying the luxury tax in the prior CBA. If it gives you the competitive advantage, or in this case, a chance to draft and keep an impact player, billionaire owners will pay the fine. Now, if we start taking away roster resources, that's a different story. And one Mr. Ryan Smith at Ryan Qualtrics goes, hey, Bobby, maybe sit this one out. You have no clue what paying this is like, and your amnesia this week is comical. And that would be a string of tweets from Ryan Smith. He had a lot to say about this fine. And a lot of people chiming in, like Bobby Marks, and he even added Bobby Marks and responded to him. So he's upset about this. So the $500K fine is due to management of the roster. So late game scenarios, they're playing starters for 3 quarters, emptying the bench in the 4th quarter, lose the game. A lot of teams are doing this. The Wizards are doing this. My team.
How are the Wizards not getting fined?
I don't know. The Pacers and the Jazz, the only 2, but the Kings, the
Kings
Hornets,
are doing this.
There's so many terrible teams this year. The Pelicans, like so many teams could be implicated for tanking. I don't know how it's just the Jazz and the Pacers, but then Ryan Smith's response to the $500K fine in his first tweet. Agree to disagree with this kind of skeptical emoji. Also, we won the game in Miami and got fined, ? That makes no sense. So
they're saying they tried to lose the game.
Yes, they're saying they
still
tried
won the
to
game. The
lose and they
bench
still
won the game.
won. Yes. So the NBA, he's had quite a few tweets. I mean, there's been a lot of talk from Ryan Smith. He's been outspoken about this.
And some people are siding with Ryan Smith. Some people are like, come on, we know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't clown the league. The NBA has a problem.
Well, I don't like this because I actually stand the reason it's the best thing I saw is because I stand with Smith on this. I think OKC, and this is being reported by Tony Jones, very credible for The Athletic. OKC reportedly has concerns about Oklahoma City Thunder, that is, have concerns about Utah tanking and has been working through back channels, quote, back channels, to pressure the league into making the Jazz remain competitive, per Tony Jones.
Yeah.
If the Jazz pick falls outside the top 8, it will go to OKC. That's why they have vested interest in this. And then the quote from Tony Jones, it's Oklahoma City going through back channels to put pressure on the Jazz to play the season out in order to get the pick. That's what it is.
Not surprised. This is Clay Bennett's team. He's a liar. He's a traitor. That son of a gun.
Already.
He moved the team from Seattle. He sold us so to OKC. He sold out on Seattle because he couldn't get the public to fund the most of the stadium, the new stadium. They got it done anyways. He got impatient and bolted. I hate that guy. And I don't hate anybody. So
yeah, you don't hate many.
So this is the thing here. Like we need to bring the Sonics back. Thanks to Clay Bennett, and he's got his championship, and now he wants the Jazz pick, and so he's pressuring the league, and the league's paying close attention, and now everybody's on the radar. The NBA does have a tanking problem, though. The Jazz vowed not to tank, but the direction they're going, and Jaren Jackson is now on a minute restriction and might be shut down for the season-ending surgery on his knee. So Jaren Jackson, they just traded for him. He's played 3 games.
He was healthy.
22. 23. Now he's got a growth on his knee that needs
all of a sudden
ending of the season surgery.
Yeah.
I get it. So, that's the worst thing I saw in this same vein. The best thing I saw is Ryan Smith standing up to the league and, making his point known. But the worst thing I saw is that the Jazz are kind of playing both sides of the aisle. They're definitely doing this. They don't need to pretend like they're not. They are tanking, in my opinion. They're playing a bunch of bums in the 4th quarter. And a lot of teams are doing this. I'm not saying they're the only ones, and there should be other teams fine. But just because Ryan Smith wants to be the loud guy in the room doesn't mean that what the Jazz are doing is wrong or is right.
The league is
wrong.
The league is going to have to review their player participation policy.
Yes.
Which was put in place back in 2023 to try to discourage NBA teams from purposely losing to enhance their chances in the draft lottery.
And even load management, they're trying to crack down on that because they made the 65-game decree where you can't be all NBA unless you play 65 games. So LeBron James, for the first time in his career, won't be all NBA this year.
Look, the Jazz, $500,000 fine. The Jazz got a $100,000 fine last year because they rested Markkanen in multiple games when he was reportedly healthy enough to play. Look, the Jazz and the Pacers are both bottom 6 in the league right now.
Yes.
Clearly, they are not doing squat and they're not making the postseason.
No.
Okay? So, look, Utah is saying we're prioritizing player development with younger players on the roster at the expense of chasing wins. That's probably true, Paul. Is that why you're kind of siding with Ryan Smith
I
here?
just think there's so many other. The Pelicans have 15 wins. The Kings have 12.
Why single out the Jazz?
Why single
Yeah.
out the Jazz? The Wizards have 14. The Pacers have 15.
Because
I know
the
they got
Jazz
5.
have a top 8 protected, so that stands
And
out, and OKC is crying wolf.
That's right.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. And that's great reporting by Tony Jones. I didn't see that till this morning when we were doing our show prep, but OKC is the one spurring this on.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
they know they can get the asset if the Jazz fall out of the top 8. And they're one of the best teams that are tanking right now. They have 18 wins. The Nets have 15. The Pacers 15. The Wizards 14. That's just in the East.
They're already over their Vegas win total,
Right.
Mr. NBA Commissioner, sir.
And the Pelicans 15 and the Kings 12.
Vegas didn't
there are
think we
5
would-
other teams that are
18.
worse than the Jazz. It doesn't make any sense.
We won 18. The win total was 17.5 before the All-Star break.
That's right. They're playing way better than expected. So I don't really understand why they're cracking down on them. So the best thing I saw, Ryan Smith standing up to the
Standing
league
up,
and making
yeah.
his point known.
Yeah, some people agree with him. Some people disagree.
And because we live in Utah, I mean, I've never really been I've always been a Wizards fan. I haven't really been a Jazz fan, but I do root for the Jazz to do well. So I like when somebody takes a stand for their team, whether it be a coach for his player, an owner for his organization. It is cool to see Smith kind of stand up and say, hey, what about all these other guys?
Yeah.
Here's the
exactly.
honest truth. Under Ryan Smith, the last 4 years have been a disaster.
Correct.
Like, I cannot sit here and tell you that Ryan Smith has built a winner because he hasn't since he has taken over. He's a Utah guy. He seems likable. He seems energetic. He's sitting courtside with this kid. We like him, but the proof is in the pudding, and the Jazz haven't done crap. This rebuild, I've been feeling like is taking too long.
Yeah.
I'm actually not heartbroken the Jazz got fined. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not heartbroken because I hate the product we're putting on the court right now. I don't think we've drafted well. That's why I was so ecstatic the other day when we traded for Jaren Jackson, only to shut him down for the season. You knew when you traded, you have physicals. This is the NBA.
Right.
You don't make that trade and don't know about his knee. If you did, you're a clown.
It's a depreciating asset if you knew about it and traded for him still. So
They're shutting him down.
This reeks of shutting him down.
So he can play next. You think Jason Tatum's going to magically just appear and start playing for Boston? I think if he's healthy enough, I would want to play.
Yeah.
I'm a competitor. But do you think
right.
Boston wants to play him right now?
No.
No, the season is toast. You're not
Season
going
done.
anywhere in the playoffs. You're not making the play. So why would you do it? And the same scenario plays out here. The NBA, the product is not great right now.
Yeah.
The product is not great. And now with the college game, the way it's taking over with players playing 6, 7, 8, 9 years of college sports, the product is getting better and better. And the money is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry to you diehard Jazz fans, but I would rather watch a Big Sky, a Whack Hoops, a Mountain West, an SEC, an ACC, you name the Big 12 especially, over an NBA game right now.
I would agree.
The product is better. There's none of this tanking going on. There's positioning, jockeying for seed lines. Of course, you get 64 into the postseason. It's a lot bigger pool.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more intrigue right now in BYU basketball and what seed they're going to get than what draft pick the Jazz are going to have. Sorry, it's just the facts.
Just the facts.
Yeah.
Tara, best thing go before I get fired up anymore.
Which is funny because the best thing, the comment on this play is people would rather watch the NBA than this play, like the USA Hockey. So my best thing is the USA Hockey from yesterday.
Okay.
And
5-1 win.
Yes, 5-1 win. But this play is Brock Nelson, which I spent 3 years on the Islanders with Nelly,
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of his. And this was just a great moment for him. So this is his goal.
Here comes Jack Hughes. Hughes rounding it back off the quick behind the back. Matthew Tkachuk. Back to Jack Hughes. Nelson, score! Wow!
Hughes made a couple nifty passes.
Yeah. Kenny Albert, good call there, too.
Kenny!
Yes, and Eichel had a great game yesterday.
Couple assists.
Yeah,
Two
couple
apples.
assists.
Two
and
apples for
two
Jack.
apples, and so there was some really great hockey yesterday.
Yeah, and the thing about Brock Nelson, they were TJ Oshie who's doing the he's out in Cortina for the Milan Cortina for the kind of that studio coverage.
Yeah.
And he was talking he's from Minnesota where
They went to the same
high
school.
Yeah. And
Went to North
Oshie-
Dakota. The
Oshie
Fighting
was
Sioux.
older.
This was high school,
school,
though.
though,
So this
yeah.
is back in Minnesota.
But he
War
did.
Road, Minnesota.
But he did go to North Dakota, right?
Oshie did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. But he was talking about how in the pregame, Brock Nelson's granddad played for the U.S. hockey team,
Yes,
and
and
his
dad.
dad was on the 1980 Miracle team,
Miracle team,
on
yep.
Ice.
Yeah.
So he's a third-generation USA hockey player.
That's big
Yes.
time.
That's pretty cool. And he almost had a hat trick yesterday. He was like a couple
was on
shots
fire.
away. There was a couple pokes close to the net. He's that big body that's going to hunt in front of the net, and he did there, and that was awesome. I was watching play Freebird. I love it. They win. They're going to keep winning too. We're going to have that Canada USA
It is-
game.
I think so,
I'm
yeah.
calling for it. We need it.
Until
world needs
then,
it.
Canada and the United States, you're going to have a lot of fun goals like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe,
you're gonna be playing
maybe
Denmark and
maybe when
Germany
somebody
and-
plays Sweden, they're pretty good from what I understand.
Yeah, well, they've got
couple-
They got some
they
NHL
got Willie
players.
Styles and yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Like
Nylander's about
Latvia,
the best, but
they didn't really have many NHLers. The Versleekens, their goalie, who played really well before he got pulled. It was just getting lit up in the second. No, seriously, it was 1-1 through the first period, and I texted you guys, man, the U.S. is not looking impressive.
Right.
And then that second period, the floodgates.
The barrage
opened.
was on. Goal, goal,
It's a
goal,
shooting
goal.
gallery, as Kenny Albert referred to
Marv's
it.
got nothing on Kenny. Come on,
right.
little Kenny. You tell Marv what's up.
right?
Oh, Kenny's having more fun than Marv anyway, calling it hockey Olympic games.
Yeah,
that's got to be
Marv's stuck
funner
in
than
the
calling
NBA.
an NBA game.
Heck yeah.
Kenny's out in Italy
Yeah.
having some great pizza and pasta,
Yeah.
calling hockey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree. All right, that's the best thing we saw. We're off and running on a Feel Good Friday. Thank you so much for locking us in, loading us up. Opening rant brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. Valentine's Day tomorrow. Shouldn't come with anxiety, should come with confidence. Look and feel your best with some help from Game Day Men's Health. This month, they're offering 50% off their revolutionary pea shot. It's part of their sexual performance package, helping men feel ready, confident, and in control. No pills, no awkward conversations, just results. Book your appointment at Game Day Men's Health. Enjoy the night without worrying about it. We'll be right back on The Drive. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's The Drive. Devin Dixon, Polly Ratliff, TA's over there. She's got like 82 things pulled up right now.
Tabs,
oh my goodness. She is so mad about
that great
about
this morning.
That clip that was not timed out right. Yeah,
it eats away at her.
The whole break, she's sitting here.
I know.
Going, I had it queued up.
You walked
out
to go get coffee or something, and she's just like, dude, I had it. And I was like, I know you had it. You had it.
I was actually talking with Marty and Amy from Coney Country in the timeout. You know, it's a Feel Good Friday. I was making the rounds. And actually, for our listeners, if you're interested, Marty and Amy are going to be doing a live broadcast from Black Desert Resort today. So we were talking, they were telling me a little bit about that. We were talking about they're going to be over there, from 3 to 6 this afternoon. So get your work done, and then you can stop on by. Maybe you can see if they got a reservation out there, so you can make a date this weekend for Valentine's Day. They have the 20th hole sports grill, which is cool. They got golf simulators inside. They got Latitude, which is great, new menu that just rolled out, and then they got Basalt, the steakhouse.
Yes,
and all are fantastic. So they're going to be giving away a $500 resort credit for anybody that stops by out there. And there's a Parade of Homes out there at Black Desert that they're showcasing in this year's Parade of Homes. So they were filling me in on some of the
$500 resort credit?
Yeah, you can use it towards golf or the spa or the overnight stays or whatever you want. Yeah.
Pretty good.
You know, the big celebrities from Coney Country, they get all the great prizes.
Right. Yeah, they do.
That's right. Okay, we are hanging out. I want to go back to one more thing from Utah Tech. Can I do this?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do this.
I feel like we're local sports. Like, we could go so many different directions right now. But there was one play that it just kind of sat with me and made me wonder. I would love to talk to an official about this, and I didn't get the chance to. I don't think the officials wanted to talk to me post-game last night.
Probably not.
But Chance Trujillo we know he's fiery. We know he's feisty. We know he's got that clutch gene, and he's got that high motor, and he's a competitor. Yeah. And he made a three-pointer last night, and then he made a mid-range J. And as he's backpedaling to half court, he's got the Jordan tongue wag, where the tongue's just hanging out. There is not a Utah Valley player within, I don't know, probably 30 feet of him.
No.
Not even close. Yeah. Nobody is around. He was all alone. The only person that could probably see his tongue out was the official.
Yeah.
And he got a technical foul. He wasn't sticking his tongue out at anybody. He was just like, yeah, I'm hot, kind of the tongue wag. Jordan never got a technical foul for
sticking
that's
what you said.
So, but because Chance...
Michael Jordan should have been kicked out of, every game
he ever played.
If that's a technical foul.
Yeah. So this is post game on the Fan Sports Network last night, and here is Rod asking Juddy about that play, and here is Coach Judkin's response in the 81-77 win for the Trailblazers last night over UVU.
Let's go with the tongue incident, the tongue technical. The referee came over to ask for an explanation. He said he stuck out his tongue. I said, that's a technical? He stuck out his tongue. If that's the case, Michael Jordan would have been kicked out every game. He said, Judkins said the same thing when he was yelling at me.
No, that's what I told him. I mean, to me, he shouldn't do that, number one. I understand that. But, again, to me, that's a warning. That's when you go to him and say, hey, if I see that again, I'm going to get you a tee.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't know it. That could be his, tapping his head. I see guys doing it, you're too small. They don't tee that, but you tee him for sticking his tongue out. But again,
and doing ice in the veins how's that any not as bad as your tongue is sticking out? But he wasn't going neither.
Yeah, and he wasn't. We got to be smarter, but the refs got to let that kind of stuff go. Coach. But Chance has got to be a little bit smarter than that because people know Chance. They know he's intense, and people are watching him like crazy. So he's got to be smarter.
Coach.
All right, that was pretty much that on the tongue.
I agree with him. I mean, when guys are doing this and they're doing the too short,
Noah Belonga did that last night after a three, and he didn't get a technical foul.
Yeah, the too small is common, and when you dunk on the padding on the head bit, the gun, the arrow.
What is this whole thing that they're doing?
I think that's some elephant trunk thing. I didn't know what this was for a while. A lot of NFL players were doing that. It's some rap song.
I don't know.
But this thing, I don't really know what this is.
I don't know. It looks like they should just turn it to the old sprinkler.
Yeah, the sprinkler.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. That'd be cooler, I think. Yeah. Look, he's sticking his tongue out. Nobody around him. If that is poor sportsmanship, then I'm sorry. I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
I agree with Coach.
I'm sorry your feelings are so fragile.
The same official last night, and I actually thought he made some really good calls. I just thought he had too short of a fuse on the technical, but he was about to chance tee up when he thought he should have got an and one. And Ben pointed this out in the broadcast. He's like, that rep was about to tee, and then I think in his head he's like, he's already got one. I'm going to let it go. But he went over to Chance and said, I saw him put the one out. If you do one more thing, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Complain one more time. And then Belonga and Potter, they were lobbying, and it was a little chaotic going into a media timeout at one point during the game. It's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
It's a rivalry game.
And
it didn't affect the outcome of the game, fortunately. But man, oh man, come on. Like, sometimes I feel like, look, I understand that you have to have thick skin as an official, and sometimes enough is enough, and you have to get control of the game, and a technical is warranted.
Sure.
I've never seen in all my years broadcast. There was the two technicals in the high school game I did the other night at Desert Hills High School, where Ishmael, the kid from Judge Memorial, was talking and chirping to the referee, and he got teed. Yeah. And then the next time he did the whole bit and the da-da-da-da, and somebody said he did the Sam Cassell. You know,
love the Sam Cassell.
Yeah, and that's
but not in high school. But I like the Sam Cassell at the NBA level.
And he got his second technical.
Yeah.
And to the best of my knowledge, I would think the judge has appealed that, but I have not heard a ruling on that, whether or not he will play tonight when Judge Memorial, after beating Desert Hills, will play the number 1 4A seed, Provo. Hard to argue those technical fouls. I don't know how the state and the UHSA will view that, but a tongue technical?
Yeah.
For sticking your tongue out with nobody around you?
Weak. It's pretty weak.
No gestures. Like, I mean, why was he looking at the tongue anyway? Shouldn't you be looking at something else?
Right, like
reading
watching
your
the
keys?
ball, or, like looking for travels or fouls or something.
That mystifies me. Now, here's my guess. Something led up to that point.
Yeah.
There had to have been something said or something earlier.
Must have been stoking the flame a little bit.
Because he should have got a warning. You could have blew the whistle and said, hey, I saw the tongue. One more of those, and you're out. Then Chance knows not to do it again. To give them 2 shots of the ball is ridiculous for a tongue at half court with nobody around.
Right.
Like, we got to have fun. Sports are fun. Like, I'm all for good sportsmanship. I'm all for celebrating with your teammates. I mean, I've called it the No Fun League forever, and they finally let them do the celebrations, right? Yeah. But you can't do certain things. You dunk on the goalpost, it's an automatic, flag.
I thought that.
But on a kickoff, nobody cares with the new kickoff rules.
The tug or I thought the gun, the NCAA made a ruling that there's no more gun gestures, or the bow and arrow that a lot of guys used to do that, pull it on their back and then do that bit.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I feel like everything else is kosher, but I guess not. I guess you can't stick your tongue out after a big play. But
by the way, I am hearing that the Judge Memorial player did get cleared to play tonight.
Oh, he did.
Oh, wow.
He
Okay.
appealed and got it.
Well, and the precedent had been set for the UHSA. They had cleared Colin Simmons earlier in the week after he got 2 technicals for hanging on the rim.
Yeah.
Dixie's big man.
Yeah.
Which was, I mean, one of them okay, both of them no. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I agree with the state appeal and then Dixie High appealing. And actually, we're going to
agree with the Judge Memorial appeal.
Yeah, I didn't see the Sam Cassell bit. I just saw him put the 3 fingers down and pointed his arm, like the veins thing.
Yeah.
Somebody else in the stand said that. So I never saw it. And our hero cam stayed with the ball, and we only had a 1-camera shoot the other night. So we weren't trailing him back towards half court where he celebrated. So I didn't get a chance to see the replay. And so I didn't, I was flying solo on that broadcast, and I was putting the stats in the book. So honestly, I didn't really see it very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I saw the original celebration, the 3 fingers down low, and I had no problem with that. The kid had just hit, I think, 3 3-pointers in a row.
Yeah.
So
and
he
so,
was in his zone.
And look, Judge Memorial can beat Provo with Ishmael. I don't think they could have beat him without him because he's like a Jamal Crawford. He's like a Vinnie Johnson off the bench, put it in the microwave, even though he's a starter. He's like an instant, like he's a heat check guy, kind of like Jordan Clarkson was when he was with the Utah Jazz. He's a high volume shooter, and if he's hot, watch out. If he's not, he's considered a chucker, so to speak. You know, so we'll talk more about that throughout the show, and we're going to dive into a lot of high school basketball. We got some big games tonight. Here are the games coming your way tonight in high school basketball. We've got Pineview hosting Green Canyon tonight. Pat Amico is going to join us in less than 5 minutes. So Pat Amico, Pineview head coach, is going to be coming on the show here in just a couple minutes. Dixie will host Ridgeline. That's the 5-12 game at the Hangar tonight. Simmons will play. We'll have Tyler Roberts join us in the second hour of the program. Crimson, the 3 seed, they're hosting Murray tonight. And Hurricane and Coach Stout and the Tigers hosting East tonight. Snow Canyon is only team from Region 9 on the road. They are up at Skyview. All those other games are home games. Fired up for Friday. You're going to be at Pineview, right, Paulie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'll be over at Crimson tonight. Ryan Forsey will be at Dixie tonight, and we will have eyes on Hurricane all night long, updates in all the broadcasts. And we will have a link to the Snow Canyon game on our website as well from Cache Valley Media. So really trying to get you as much of the action, no matter who you root for. We're spread pretty thin tonight, but it's going to be a fun night on a Friday night, as a lot of our teams are in all our teams are in action. And the girls all play tomorrow. All the teams that had buys on the girls' side, they'll play tomorrow. I think most of the games are afternoon games at 1 o'clock tip over at Dixie, over at Desert Hills, over at Pineview, and over at Snow Canyon. All right, got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk Pineview, and we'll talk about the bracket. We'll talk about Region 9, and we'll talk about what will Pineview face tonight when they play host to Green Canyon. We'll be streaming that game. Again, links will be up on the fansportsnetwork.com, KSLsports.com, as well as our YouTube page where you can stream our show this morning. If you're getting to the office, you want to see Paulie rocking the silver. And are you trying to get brownie points with Tara wearing that hat today?
Hey,
I thought she was the Raiders. Did she
I'm
give
really
you
proud
that
of him.
hat?
He's had a Raiders gear on every day this week.
I have. I've kind of been
It's
showing
either
support
been the
to our
hat or a
Vegas
jacket.
team. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's a Washington Commanders
I like
fan.
the logo, and I like sports gear.
And they suck, so you can
they
you can just
and
sport
they're
them.
AFC,
Yeah.
They're not
Hey,
NFC. Like, you know,
give
they're-
them 3 years. Give Kubiak.
That's right.
Give him 3 years.
I've been to some Raiders games. I've probably been to like 5 Raiders games. So more Skins games than I've been to in the last 5 years. But I am a Skins fan, but I root for the Raiders to do well.
Yeah.
So they're in the AFC. They're not opposition to the Skins.
Show today brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. And get out and play this weekend at Coral Canyon Golf Course. As I like to say, it's fantastic. Great golf for a great price. Call out there for your tee times, 435-688-1700. You can tell the pro shop, hey, Devin Dixon told me to call. See if that helps you. That would be funny. It might help you. I don't know. Those are our guys out there. 435-688-1700. Or you can book online, coralcanyongolf.com. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive. Devin, Terra on a Feel Good Friday. Show today brought to you by Zag. Don't zig, just zag. 2 St. George, 1 Cedar City location. And now joining us on the telephone is head coach of the Pineview Panthers, Pat Amico. And how's the bye been, buddy? You've been scouting, you've been looking, you've been prepping, you've been practicing, and the Panthers finally in action. It's a game day. You're waking up, and you're ready to go, my friend.
Yeah, we're ready to go. We're really excited, and thanks for having us this morning. And, yeah, it seems like it's been forever since we played. We had that last bye last Friday in region, and you know, we earned a bye in the first round on Tuesday night. So it's been a week and a half, but we needed that week and a half with, you know, how banged up we were.
Coach, Cedar City game, Jelani left with a sprained ankle. How's the ankle doing? Is he 100%, close to 100%? I know the rest was good for Jelani's ankle, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was huge. He was finally a full participant yesterday at practice, which was nice, and he's gearing up and ready to go.
Yeah, love it. How important is Jelani to your run at a state title? Like, when you put it into perspective, I mean, he's a guy that can do so many different things on the stat sheet for you.
Yeah, Jelani's a major point offensively and defensively. He's taken such a big-time jump this year defensively, you know, guarding the best dude on the other team, regardless of size. Regardless if it's their point guard, their 5-man, he's done it all on that defensive end, and he's been huge for us on the offensive end. But you know, we've seen when he's been in foul trouble or at Cedar where he only logged, I think, 45 seconds into that game. Like Caleb Schmidt, Cooper Ranson, Nate Tuller, they all can make shots, and we really rode Caleb on last Wednesday night. He scored at all 3 levels. I think he had 25. And you know, we got other dudes, but we need our whole core to be able to get this done tonight.
Pat, I know as we transition a little into the Wolves, as Gavin Crane and Carter Etherington have probably been keeping you up late at night. Crane averaging a tick off 20 points a game, and Etherington averaging 10 points and 9 rebounds, a walking double-double almost. The 2-man game of those two pretty lethal, I assume. What are you going to do to contain the stars of the Green Canyon Wolves tonight, Pat?
Yeah, they have those two, and then they have number 3. He returns from last year. He had 6 threes the other night in their first-round game against Mountain Crest. He can really light it up. But Gavin Crane we've known about for a long time in the state. He plays for the Utah Prospects. He's a big-time wing. He's a lot like Jelani, really. He can play above the rim and can score it at all 3 levels. Etherington, he's a big kid. If you guys have called a Cedar game this year, he's a lot like 44 for Cedar. or 40 per seater. Is big, stocky kid, but he's a lot taller than the kid from Cedar. He's a lefty, so we're going to really play him and make him, go to his right. And then, like I said, the little guard, he shoots the heck out of the ball. And, that's their big three, and we hope we've got a game plan to slow them down.
Coach, when you size up the state tournament, you told me the other day when we were chatting that you thought there's literally 17 teams before the playoffs started that could win a state championship. That's a lot of teams that have a chip and a chair that are capable of getting hot at the right time. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Well, yeah, I just think you look at, we can look at seed 17 and Judge, and Desert Hills really got a bad draw with them. I don't think the rankings were correct for one, because when you play Wasatch Academy or Layton Christian, that's not supposed to hurt towards your record. But on Max Preps, it did hurt their ranking. So, I think that was a big thing. But also, they get the kid from Utah Prep back just after, mid-January. And, they had 1 or 2 wins at that point in the season. So they're definitely not a 17 seed. I agree with what you said earlier. They could give, they could give Provo a run for their money. Obviously, Mackay Allen and Colin Solstrom are unbelievable players, but that Judge team's really good. But then you look at this region that we're playing tonight, that Dixie's playing tonight, that Snow Canyon's playing tonight. They really got a bad draw because they have 3 of the 4 worst-ranked teams in the state with, Desert Peak, who's a new school, and Tooele, and I think it was one other team, that every time they play them, they actually moved backwards in the standings because they were a negative. And then they had one team in Bear River where they just kind of stayed equal. So that's 8 games that you're either moving, 6 games you're moving backwards, and 2 you're kind of just staying the same. And that's a killer. So you have Skyview, who has 4 losses on the year. They've beaten some of our region teams, and they only could get to the 8th seed because Snow Canyon lost the last night of the season. I think they're way better than an 8th seed. I think Ridgeline's way better than an 11, and I think Green Canyon's better than a 15. But here we are. Let's go, and you got to beat everybody to win it anyway. So let's just get it now.
This is a great position for you and the Panthers. How has the week of practice been? Take us behind the curtains and what's been going on at Pineview High School as you guys get ready for what could be a state championship run.
Yeah, we're hoping we're fresh. Obviously, we had some injuries, but we gave them a day off late last week. We gave them a day off this week. Just trying to make sure this deep in the season, right, your legs are fresh. And everyone has different, ways of how they do it. There's a million ways to skin a cat. But, we think being fresh, we don't go, early in the year we might go 2 hours every day. By the end of the season, we're trying to get in and out in an hour and 15 and go really hard. But there's no need to keep them on their feet for that long. If they're willing to come in and work their butts off and get done with their stuff and make sure we have the game plan and defensively our scouts on point, then we can get in and out in an hour and a half at this point in the season. The guys know. And so I'm hoping we're fresh, but the guys are excited and we're ready to go. We get to host a home game, and those kids have earned that, and we're ready to roll.
Coach, give us if you don't mind peeling back the curtains a little bit further, give us a look at a playoff preparation. Like, how many hours of film study are you and your assistant coaches doing getting ready for today and then hopefully the run next week?
All right, so my coaches and I, we're all beyond crazy. We laugh at what we do. It almost gets to be like a competition. So you can see your hours on Huddle of how many hours each player has watched, so we can monitor how much they're watching on their own. And then, you can go to your coaches and see. And I can tell you that we have 3 coaches that are over 8 hours in the week. It's set, so it resets today, and it drops off last Tuesday. And then tomorrow, what's today? Friday. It'll drop off last Thursday. So it resets every day. It's a 7-day rolling thing. But, yeah, there's 3 of us up over 24 hours, just the 3 of us. Then there's a couple others that are more specialized on, out-of-bounds plays or what are they going to run out of a timeout. And, those guys are around a couple hours. So as a staff, we might be pushing 30 hours this week. But it's what we do, right? It's what we love. And we love this game. We really love this team. And we're going to put everything we can into making sure we give these boys the best chance to win tonight.
Pineview, Green Canyon. We've got the live stream tonight coming your way. You can watch it on our YouTube page. You can watch it on our website. The links are up, thefansportsnetwork.com, or they will be up. I haven't checked to see if they're up today or not yet. But we will also put it up on KSLSports.com. All the postseason games go there. So a lot of ways you can access this game. I'm sure you're expecting a big crowd today for the boys' game, and then I hope, I'm sure Coach Ben Luce is hoping for a big crowd for the girls' game tomorrow. Kind of fun to have you guys and the girls' team seated so great going into this state tournament run.
Yeah, it's awesome. Coach Luce has done an unbelievable job, and he's been such a big help to me. And we're the 2 seed, they're the 3 seed. If you look at 4A, we're the best combined boys and girls teams in the state. So, we're building something special over here, and we want to keep it rolling, and hopefully everyone comes out tonight, and then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I hope everyone that's there turns around and comes back tomorrow, because those girls, they deserve it as well. They're a heck of a team, and they have a great squad themselves.
I heard Coach Luce has a son coming up through the program really soon. That's exciting for the future. I bet if he's as fiery as his dad, that should be a great player, right, Coach?
Yeah, Croy's a little stud. He's a freshman for us, and he's actually going to be dressing tonight with varsity. So
cool.
Yeah,
nice.
He can really shoot the ball. But yeah, he's a great kid, and he's fiery. He's just like Pops and Mom. They're both fiery. They both get after it.
I love it. Pineview, Green Canyon night. Jelani fresh, ready to go. Schmitty will be gearing up to pound it in there. And obviously, you got to watch out for the baby-faced assassin, Cooper Ranson.
I was going to say, shooting some threes.
Has that pretty release on the three-pointers from behind the arc. Coach, we'll let you get off to school. I know you got to get to class here in just a couple minutes, but thanks for hopping on a game day, and good luck tonight against the Wolves.
Thanks, Pat.
Hey, appreciate you and appreciate all you guys do, and good luck to all of our region teams tonight. Let's hope we all move on up to Weber together.
Yep, absolutely. I love that. No inter-region games tonight. That is a blessing in disguise that nobody has to play an inter-region game tonight. Pineview, Green Canyon. Dixie plays Ridgeline. Crimson plays Murray. Skyview is hosting Snow Canyon. And Hurricane in Ataga's Den will be playing East tonight. Those are your 4A second-round matchups, even though 4 of our teams got a bye, and this is their first postseason game. Paulie has been on a journey, and Paulie, tell us the latest and greatest of what's going on with our friends at Soda Weight Loss.
Yeah, that's right. Got to weigh in today, and if you're tired of the weight loss shots and drugs promising you the world, but chaining you to a needle and a lifetime bill? Yeah, how about me too? I went through that rigmarole. Introducing Soda Weight Loss, the smart way to drop pounds and keep them off for good. No shots, no drugs, no endless prescriptions, just real food, expert one-on-one guidance from licensed nutritionists, and habits that actually stick. They teach you how to eat for life so the weight stays off, you feel amazing, and you've got cash left for that dream vacation. Thousands of success stories, nearly 9,000 Google reviews raving about the results you can see and feel. Right now, join and your partner joins for free. 2 transformations for the price of 1, because getting healthy is better together. We all know that. And visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com, or call 866-800-SODA today. Join us for a short time and get results that last a lifetime.
I love it. All right. Keep up the good work. And if you are looking to let go of a few pounds, we encourage you to go see our friends at Soda Weight Loss, just like Paul is. SodaWeightLoss.com. Hour 1 just flew by.
Yes.
Hour 1 in the books, and very excited about hour 2. We've got Coach Chris Fatenauer and Coach Tyler Roberts. Coach Roberts, Dixie Flyer coach, will preview the Flyers playoff game, just like we did moments ago with Coach Pat Amico. That'll be at 8:15. Coach Fatenauer at 8:30. We'll be right back. It is The Drive inside the Finley Hyundai Studios. And you know we're having a good time rolling into hour 2 here on the Fan Sports Network. Paulie's nodding his head. He likes Imagine
I like
Dragons.
this one. She's doing really good today.
Yeah.
There's been 3 hits.
He helped me out with the music today.
Clean that stuff off your nose.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, brown noser. We are live on the drive.
The Raiders, the music. He is a
look at
little
that.
brown nose today.
I'm kind of placating her a little bit here.
Yeah. We are live, Finley Hyundai Studios, hour 2. Let's rev it up. Let's bounce around a little bit here. Then we got a bunch of interviews. Coach Fatenauer, Utah Tech baseball. Skip's gonna be by live from California, and they're getting ready to start their baseball. Here we go with the ball and stick.
Yes.
Let's go. Games at the yard.
Softball.
Let's go.
I'm excited.
It sneaks up on you, the spring sports.
It
Trailblazers open up today down in Southern California. Skip's going to join us. Also, Tyler Roberts with some thoughts on the Flyers postseason run. Just had Pat Amico first hour. But let's get to what's trending. It's brought to you today by our friends at Prime IV. Not too late to take advantage of the Valentine's special, the couples retreat at Prime IV for just $250. You and your significant other, your date, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever you want to take, gets the IV with the zero gravity massaging chairs to sit back, relax, and pump you full of all the good stuff to rev up your weekend. And of course, much, much more. Check it all out at PrimeIVSTG.com. Tell them the Fan Sports Network told you to stop on by and take advantage of it. They do have some other specials for Valentine's Day you can check out as well while you're at Prime IV. Do something different this Valentine's Day and book a visit and a couples retreat. Even if you can't do it tomorrow, you could still get a gift certificate. Stop on by on Riverside Drive and see our friends at Prime IV. All right, let's get to it. We are excited for All-Star Weekend, Paulie.
Yes.
All-Star Weekend this weekend. Have you paid attention to the All-Star game at all? The NBA All-Star game has lost steam the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, I still feel like it's good for social media, you know, whoever the three-point champ is, whoever the dunk champ is, it still looks great. Even if you don't watch the game, I still think it's worth doing. And I've always thought the All-Star NBA format was better than the Pro Bowl. Not as good as Major League Baseball. Not as good as the Four Nations. But it's always washable. The skills challenge I find entertaining. It's similar to the quarterbacks throwing a ball through and moving targets and things like that. But it's fun. But the latest All-Star game format, they've changed it again, and here is what they're doing. I want your take, Paul and Tara. They've got 3 teams that will compete in 4 12-minute games. So you got the USA Stars, which is the younger All-Stars.
Okay.
And then you've got the USA Stripes, the older All-Stars. So the Stars play the World Team, which is your international players. The winner of that game will play the Stripes. The loser will play the Stripes, and the top 2 teams from those 3 games will go to the championship. If all 3 go 1-1 against each other, then it goes to point differential. That is the tiebreaker. Here are your teams. USA Stars, Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duran, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey.
Wow.
Here is your Stripes team, the older Americans. Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Spada Mitchell, and De'Aaron Fox. Who was a replacement, I think, for SGA or Giannis. I can't remember. The World Team. Denny Advia, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Alfred Sengun, Pascal Siakam, the Big Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, Victor Wembanyama, and Norman Powell. As I read those teams, who do you have winning the All-Star game this weekend?
The World Team.
The World?
Yeah.
Paulie?
That's the one I like.
I don't know.
I agree with Tara.
Probably the World Team.
You want to know why I agree
guy
with
Denny Advia. I'm happy to see him breaking through.
Look, the NBA is banking
25 points a game this year. Wow.
The NBA is banking on this being competitive, international versus national pride. But every player on the world roster is representing a different country. Interesting.
Yeah. That's cool.
I like that.
So this,
Something
the
fresh.
NBA can only hope that this taps into the other team's reserves And Wemby has said that he is going to bring it.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to play aggressive and dive for loose balls and stuff. So we're going to see if that lifts this game up. Wemby has been very vocal about playing a hard all-star game.
Yeah.
When Wemby dives on the floor, it's a lot of gangly mesh.
What's it like?
Like those little wind machines,
like an octopus,
like those little wind
like
machines.
all the limbs and stuff.
The mattress stores all have the little blower thing.
That's
what
at
it looks
Utah
like.
Tech last night
That's what
behind
it
the
looks
basket.
like. Yeah, that's Wemby.
Okay.
Wemby's as tall as the dumb wind machines that they put outside on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Look, the 3-point shootout's usually good. The skills challenge, which I used to love, is gone.
No.
You kind of made it too much of a carnival game, maybe. Like the end of Happy Gilmore 2.
There's a dunk contest still.
The dunk is still there.
Yay.
Yep, the dunk is still there. So, the 3-point shootout contestants are Devin Booker, Con Knipple, Damian Lillard. With the injury, he's going to shoot. Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis, and Norman Powell.
Wow, Bobby Portis, big fella.
Do you know who the leading 3-point shooter percentage-wise is this year?
Con
Knipple, 43.1% for the Charlotte franchise. Jamal Murray is second at 42.5. Oh, I'm sorry. Con is second.
Oh.
Jamal is third. Bobby Portis is first.
Wow.
He shoots 45%.
Big fella. Nice.
I knew I had a reason to do this. I've always loved the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Agree
I
or
do too.
disagree?
Yeah. No, I love it.
I like it. I think it's gotten.
I think they got to
since
keep
the
it.
Dwight Howard one. I feel like there hasn't been any really great ones. Mac McClung has won it a few times. I know he's a great dunker, but you need some star power in these events. We used to get Michael Jordan competing in dunk contests and so many different luminaries of the sport. Now it's like G League guys and like end of the bench guys doing this dunk contest. Give me the dunk contest participants. Do you have them?
Yeah. Jackson Hayes of the Lakers.
All right.
Carter Bryant, rookie for the Spurs out of Arizona. I like him.
I haven't heard of anyone that's a
Carter
star yet.
Bryant?
I know he's not a star.
He's a rookie.
I know, but he's not a star. Give me some
Jace
stars.
Richardson
Jason Richardson's son.
from the Magic.
He won a dunk contest. I kind of get why they're doing that, but still not a star.
Kashad Johnson of the Heat.
Ugh, man.
The stars are not participating.
They're not. Dominique
Like,
Wilkins and
Hayes-
Jordan and all these old dunkers.
You remember when JaVale McGee was in the dunk contest? Hayes reminds me of that. He's got the length and the power. I think Kashad Johnson will be my pick. Him and
All right.
Richardson.
I don't want to poo-poo
Kashad
it,
Johnson,
but like,
San Diego State Aztec legend, baby.
It's just you need bigger names in this dunk contest to draw the casuals in. Like I'm more than a casual. I like the NBA, but there's people that are casuals that kind of tune in and out to All-Star weekends depending on what the events are, who's in them, like. And I feel like just those names you read off, there's not one superstar in those names.
I don't really care as long as there's some good dunks.
All right.
Like, I'm going to tune in, and I'm not a huge NBA
Regardless.
fan, but I'm going to watch the dunk contest.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you.
And
You're
as
always
long
there
as there's
for
some
'em.
good dunks, I don't care if it's Michael Jordan or like
Poo-poo
Joe Blow.
Polly,
Yeah,
pooping on the All-Star game. You got another nickname, Poo Poo Polly. Dunk contest. Tara's watching. Polly's
Tara's
I will
watching.
for sure watch.
Poo Poo
watching.
I'll watch that.
Poo Poo Polly.
I want somebody to come out of there, dust off somebody legendary to do some dunks, you know? Not these guys that I've never heard of, barely.
What do you want to bring Spud Webb on a trampoline out there? What do you want, dude?
Bring Cosmo the Cougar or something, more fun, you know?
Oh, jeez.
There's just nobody good.
Oh,
I'm just
my
saying,
gosh.
Jackson
You want to have a
Hayes.
mascot dunk contest? Is that what you're insinuating?
That actually would be cool. I would watch that.
Look at that. She's in on my idea. No. I'm just saying Jackson Hayes is your biggest name in your dunk contest. That's a problem.
Okay.
All right.
All right, fine.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
They can only put invites out, and players have to accept
I
them.
know they got to accept them.
The young guys like the bonus money. The veterans
yeah.
don't need it. Like, what do you want? How does the NBA fix it?
Well, was
You
Dominique
raised-
Wilkins and Jordan playing for huge bonuses? They were
Do
just
you
doing
really
a show
want
for
to
the
see
fans.
Jordan come back?
No.
And
I'm saying
dunk?
back
You
in
keep
those
saying
days.
Jordan though. It's like, dude, he's not going to
I'm
come back. I don't want to watch
back
that.
in those days.
Okay, well, we're talking about today.
All right, today the dunkers
present.
are less than desirable. I'll say that.
Jazz, speaking of the NBA, Jazz and Pacers fined for tanking. The league announced this yesterday. Utah fined $500,000. Pacers fined $100,000. Basically for management of their rosters in recent games. Ryan Smith took to Twitter, vehemently denies, and he said, "I agree to disagree with the sarcastic rolling eyes emoji. Also, we won the game in Miami, and we are still getting fined. That makes sense."
Do you want to hear
Do
you want to hear Windhorse talking about the reasoning and all this?
Just give me the cliff notes. We got to keep moving.
Okay. He's basically saying this is meant to be a deterrent. What Adam Silver's doing here is telling teams to knock it off or else.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I could have figured that out. I didn't need Windhorse to tell me that.
Well, Windhorse told you that. So
but I don't.
There you go.
You told me that via Windhorse.
Windhorse told me that.
He did.
He did.
Yeah, you guys are on speed dial.
Straight from the horse's mouth via Windhorse.
He's in your Fab Five.
Yeah.
You call him daily. Yeah. Brian, how are you, buddy?
Yeah. During the decision for LeBron, me and him were texting all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. College basketball last night. SUU men's basketball, they lose to the Lancers up in the AFEC. But the SUU women beat Cal Baptist on the road 85-70. Utah Tech women, they drop a heartbreaker 58-55 up in Orem last night. Meanwhile, Coach Judkins and the men on a game you heard right here on the Fan Sports Network win 81-77. 5 different Trailblazers in double figures into victory. And that sets up a huge Cal Baptist at Utah Tech game tomorrow night back at the hashtag Pack the Burns Arena.
Absolutely. Going to be a huge game. Biggest one of the Division I era last night was, and now this one becomes. So big sequence for Utah Tech. I'm hoping they can get another much-needed W before they head back out on the road.
They are playing golf this weekend. Histanoon is leading 10 under par. Sam Burns, Keegan Bradley tied for second at 9 under par. Old Tony Finu. Ripper Magoo? Tony Finu. It's Tony Finau. I know this. I'm joking. 8 under. He's 8 under right now in third place. Tied with Chris Goddard, Patrick Rogers, and others
Top
at the
10
Pebble
Tony.
Beach. Guess who was getting advice on how to tweet last night from Tony Finau?
You?
Ryan Smith. He is his Pro-Am partner at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
That's right.
They took second place last year. Ryan Smith is a 2 handicap. So him and Tony are partnered up. So Tony showing off a little
impressive.
bit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
For Ryan Smith. There you go.
Pretty good. That's
more
pretty
than
good.
There's a trivia.
correcting myself.
There is a trivia question you can stump a golfer with today around the water cooler.
All right, let's also go. I got one. How about we go back to Mr. Nelson in the USA's big W in the what is this? The
Olympics?
Yes.
No, not the medal round.
What is this, the
what do they call it?
Olympics?
Group play. Group play. I'm sorry. They're in group play right now, and they defeat Latvia 5-1, and partly because of 4-goal second period. And this is one of the prettier plays in that sequence, as Brock Nelson was the guy that delivered 2 goals.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
All right, bringing it in.
We don't need the highlight.
We don't?
Oh, we don't?
Well, unless you got it.
She's got it.
Here comes Jack Hughes.
Paulie already told you what happened.
Well, it's pretty. It's a pretty goal.
It's for our viewers.
For our viewers, yes. For the viewers. Any other headlines?
No, that's it.
All right, we got to take a break. Show today from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Tyler Roberts, Dixie Flyer head coach, drops by the show next. Stay with us. Free Colin Simmons, baby. Ryan Forsey on the call. That was the Flyers alley-oop dunk to Mr. Colin Simmons, as head coach of the Fly Fam. Coach Roberts joins us live on the program on a game day. The 5-seeded Flyers take on the 12-seed Ridgeline tonight in the hangar. And, Coach, good morning. How are we feeling waking up on a Friday morning with a game tonight at the hangar?
Yeah, doing great. Just like Christmas morning, right? Excited for the playoffs.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Tell us about Ridgeline. Tell us about the week off and how you've been preparing for the postseason with this year's team.
Yeah, we have a tough matchup. I mean, Ridgeline's a great team. They got 3 guys that can really shoot it. The best part of their game, I think, is just their toughness and rebounding. They played Skyview tough both games. They lost to Skyview both games, who won that region up there, but they were both close games. Their playoff game just barely against Bear River. I mean, I think they started off like 6 for 6 from the 3-point line, so they can really shoot it that way. So we definitely have to guard the perimeter and then just try to keep them off the glass. But, you know, excited for our guys and for the opportunity to play at home, which is what I'm excited about, is having those guys have one more opportunity to play at home.
I got to ask you really quickly. I know Paul's got some questions, but I got to ask you about that clip we just played. A little nervous having to appeal 2 dunks for Colin Simmons. He gets 2 technical fouls, which there's a mandatory 1-game suspension if that happens. But take us through the nerve-wracking situation of the appeal that ultimately freed Colin Simmons, Coach.
Yeah. I mean, I think the best part about the whole thing is that UHSAA has they added that actually this year. So for the past 6 years, they've been trying to add a rule that basically says that coaches can appeal for playoff games. So if it had been in the regular season, he would have been out no matter what. Mm-hmm. So that's brand new. Just this summer they put that in, and so I think it's a huge part, because sometimes referees do make mistakes too, right? I mean, coaches make mistakes, players make mistakes, and I think sometimes referees maybe get caught up in the game and didn't see it clearly and, blew their whistle too soon. And definitely, there's one of those technicals maybe that he swung on was probably a technical, but the first one was probably not, where they said he chinned up, which he really didn't chin up. So I like that we had the opportunity to appeal it. Was I still nervous? Absolutely. But it was a unanimous decision. I think everybody whoever voted, I guess it's a couple coaches and it's an athletic director in the state and it's a principal and it's a couple referees. So they vote on it that way. It's just kind of ran that way. So just obviously grateful that they reversed the appeal and allows, like you said, we free Colin, right? So we have him to play and just excited for that.
Glad he's back, Coach. And a guy you talked about a little earlier about the perimeter defense got to be sharp tonight. One guy I'm sure you've seen on film is Cam Earl, number 1, the 6'1" senior. He averages about 14 points a game. And I'm just looking at his highlights here. This kid can shoot from the parking lot, Coach. Who's going to be checking this, or will it be a committee checking Mr. Earl tonight?
Yeah, and the thing about him, too, is the more I watch him, he's really like Luka, not going to lie. He's like he's 35 years old. This guy is just smooth, not super athletic, but just can get to his spots and move, and he can shoot it. He'll post up multiple ways. He's a great passer. He leads them in like every single stat. So definitely a guy that, for tonight, I'm going to start Ammon on him. Ammon's, a really good, tough defender for us and like that matchup. And so, yeah, we'll have to help. Obviously, keeping Colin in the paint to be able to help and do that. But he can shoot it, and he can post up as well.
Tyler Roberts, head coach of the Dixie Flyers, with us. Coach, what's been the funnest aspect of gearing up for the playoffs, and what's been kind of something that's been fun with this group of guys that you've got this year? And on the flip side, what's got all your attention right now? Trying to get this team to peak at the right time and make a deep run and hopefully win a state championship.
Yeah, good questions. I would say, I love playoff basketball. Like, honestly, I mean, especially as a coach, I love that side of it. I love, I'm just grateful that we're not playing a Region 9 team. I don't like that, being able to, have to play a Region 9 team. I love that we're playing a team that we've never seen before. So being able to just scheme and be able to scout and find their weaknesses and what our strengths can be against them. So I love that aspect. What's been fun with our guys, honestly, is we've done a lot together the last 2 weeks especially. We did a little 12-man scramble at Red Hills, which was a lot of fun. Played some golf. Went to dinner almost every night, and just those type of things. Had the guys over, watched the playoff game. It is bigger than basketball, and a lot of times we get caught up in all the wins and losses and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, these kids are done, especially seniors. So just hopefully having that, learning these life lessons through basketball is what I'm about. I love it. That's what Fly Fan's about. The memories that they can make, the friendships they can make that last a lifetime. Honestly, that's kind of my goal. And then with that, I think comes some good basketball. If they buy into that, they buy into each other. And I think for us right now too, we've been banged up all year. We've had sicknesses, we've had injuries, and we're just about healthy. So it'd be nice if we could get through, if we could win this game, and I really like our chances. So it's just been a blast, honestly, just having these guys and just them buying in and making some memories.
Yeah, love it.
Coach, talking about buying in, two guys that doing your games this year, you can't help but respect the grit and the hustle of your bench guys like Jackson Winters, Mac Howard. These guys have played huge roles for this team, and they really embody the Fly Fam culture. Talk about your bench and how big they're going to have to play throughout this playoff run.
Yeah, Jackson Winters is one of those guys that, anybody would love to have him on your team. Not only just games, that what you guys see, but it's every single day in practice. He competes, and having a guy like that, he hates to lose. He wants the best for the team. He's on the bench. When he's on the bench, he's just cheering for our guys, and he'll do all the dirty work. A lot of guys want all the fame and for scoring and all those type of things, but he does all that dirty work and does those things that make us better. He knows his role, and he does it, 100%. And then obviously having Mac Howard, Mac really could be a starter. There's no doubt. Just to have him come off the bench and be able to shoot it like he does. He plays tough defense. He does all those little things that we need too. He can drive the ball really well, so he's not just a shooter. And then Landon Beckstrom's giving us some minutes off the bench too that we need, right? Another guy that can come in and shoot it, and he's got some length. And so, a bench, if you're going to go deep into the playoffs, you have to have a bench. And, I think that's one of our strengths right now.
Coach, when you saw the bracket come out and you saw, okay, we'll get the winner of Ridgeline Bear River. Now you know it's Ridgeline. And then you see Cottonwood and Mountain View on the other side of your quadrant. You'll get the winner of that game next week up at the Purple Palace, as I like to call it. Did you like your draw, even though you guys, went 1-2 the final week of the season and maybe dropped a couple spots?
Yeah, I still liked that we were on that upper part. I don't think Ridgeline's really like a 12. Like watching them play, they're very comparable to us. And so, and their coach is a really good coach. Like he's a heck of a coach. So I know they're going to be prepared. But I like that I'll take not playing a Region 19 like I talked about. Yeah. And then also I would take, so if we're going to look forward, sure. If we can get past Ridgeline, obviously that's our focus now, but Cottonwood we've already seen earlier in the year, which again, another non-Region 19. We were up 14 going into the fourth quarter against them, so I like that matchup. And then obviously Provo, once you get into that tournament atmosphere, I think anybody can beat anybody, obviously. And then having beaten them that early in the season, I like the confidence that our guys would have with that.
Yep.
And then anything can happen once you get to a championship game. I do love that it's at Weber. Last time we were at Weber was 2020 when we won the state championship.
That's
so
right.
I kind of like that too.
That's right. Tyler Roberts, Flyer head coach, with us here on The Drive. They'll be at the Hangar tonight. Last home game of the season. I'm sure it's going to be packed. Good luck to you guys, Coach. Thanks for carving out some time on a game day. And good luck to Casey Winters and the girls team. First region title in like 45 years. They're the one seed. So back basketball is popping at Dixie High School between your team and the girls program.
Yeah, Casey's done an amazing job, and hopefully our girls can make a deep run as well. And again, we appreciate you guys. I mean, again, it's about these young men, and you guys have done a great job covering them and giving them exposure. And it's just awesome what you guys do. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you. Ryan Forsey will have the call tonight. We'll have the link up on the Fan Sports Network, and it'll be on FlyFam TV, KSL Sports. It's everywhere. You're going to find that game if you're looking for the Flyer game. If you can't make it, so Coach, go get them, and we'll talk to you up at Weaver State, my friend.
Good luck, Coach.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll see you guys. Thank you.
All right, Tyler Roberts there, 7 o'clock tonight. Dixie Ridgeline, 7 o'clock tonight. Pineview Green Canyon, 7 o'clock tonight. Crimson and Murray, that's where I'll be. We'll have all 3 of those games on the live stream. Just go to the fansportsnetwork.com or our YouTube page. Also, Hurricane hosting East. Big one there. That will be fun. How many does Brigham Kemp get tonight? And then Skyview hosting Snow Canyon. Baller and the boys heading up to Cache Valley for that one. Should be exciting. And then, of course, you got some 4 Region 9 girls games tomorrow, all at home sites at 1 p.m. All right, got to take a break. When we come back, it's baseball season starting today. Coach Fate, the Skip, going to join us next, live from down in California. Don't touch that dial. Yeah, rev it up. Welcome back. We're shifting gears, literally, and shifting sports, literally speaking. It is baseball season, baby. I know we've been basketball heavy today on the program, but let's get you a little ball and stick. It's going to be the Skip Coach Fate now are joining us live from down in Riverside, California, where the season starts today at 2 o'clock. We are 5 hours and some change away from Utah Tech firing up their baseball season. Coach joining us on the live stream here. And good morning, Coach. Thanks for waking up early on that West Coast and previewing the team and the season today with us here on the Fan Sports Network. Good to talk to you, my friend.
You too. How are you guys?
Oh, doing
real good.
Doing good. We got a lot going on. Big win for the basketball team last night, and it would be a big win to start the season against UC Riverside. Before we get into that, I wanted to ask you a little bit about last weekend's alumni game, your golf tournament. I was able to come out to the ledges and hang out and see everybody, met some cool alumni, saw some great former players up there. That's always a great event that you and the staff put on.
It was awesome, and I appreciate your support in that, Devin. Yeah, it was our 14th annual spring kickoff weekend, golf tournament at the Ledges, alumni game that Saturday. Just a really cool event for our current players to, see those guys come back and see the support that we have in the community and around this part of the country. And then obviously really cool for our alumni to come back and see each other and get to play on Hearst again.
Coach, pick sixth. I want your comment on that in the WAC preseason poll. Did Krapel tabbed as the WAC preseason player of the year, though? That's big time right there for him, for Ryan. Talk about those two things. I know it's a preseason poll. You probably don't put a ton of stock in it. It's where you finish that matters most.
Yeah, honestly, we haven't talked about that one bit with our group. I tell our guys all the time, we'll get exactly what we earn, and to be honest with you, we finished second to last in the conference last year, even though that got us in the tournament. We made some noise in the tournament, but that stuff is what it is. We don't have that's just our coaches and us putting a list together, and we'll let that kind of fall where it may at the end of the year. But really, really happy for Ryan and our program. I think in my 14 years here, this is our second preseason conference player of the year, and really thrilled for him. He puts in the work, and what a great, teammate, dude. I mean, just the right guy to lead your program.
Love it. Look for a big season from him. You shook up the coach. You had some coaches move on and take other jobs. You've replaced some other coaches. You still got Braxton Ibsen, but you got a new pitching coach in Quentin McGrath, Tyler Malone, Jake Schultz. I was talking to you a couple weeks ago, and you said you really love your staff this year. Tell us a little bit about the changes this year that might propel you guys to bigger, better things.
Yeah. First off, I love the guys that were here before this as well. Bobby Renard sticking with us for 11 years and moving on to the University of Utah. Some of those guys that were here, Zach Thomas was an alum. Fired up for those guys' positions they're in now. But, yes, thrilled about the staff that we've put together. Quentin McGrath's done an awesome job with our arms. Really good guy with our technology. Vibes well with the pitchers. Really excited about that. Tyler Malone brings an aspect of the offensive piece from Dallas Baptist and Oregon State and pro ball that we may have been just missing a hair. And then Jake Schultz, another alum, coming back to join our program. Love having him involved. And so I'm thrilled about our staff. We get along really well, great energy, and kind of rejuvenated me a little bit this year to get in the office even a little bit earlier and try and beat some of these guys in and stay a little bit later. So it's been fun having them.
Coach, one of the things that I love about your program is that you put a fence around St. George, Cedar. The top Region 9 kids seem to stay at Utah Tech a lot of the times. And ones that I've been following his career for a few years now, he's a junior, crazy that he is, but P.D. Soto Jr. from Crimson Cliffs High School, he hit safely in 37 of 55 starts last year. What some of the Region 9 guys, speak on P.D. and just the Region 9 crop that you got on the team right now, Coach.
Yeah, PD's had a good career thus far. The scary part is he's barely even cracked the threshold of what he can be. Defensively, he's had some unbelievable moments, but we're going to try and make that a little more consistent this year. And then offensively, kind of the same thing. He's got the most power on our team. He's one of the fastest runners. We got to find a way to utilize that a little bit more. So we got to cut down some strikeouts this year, which we've worked on a lot. But yeah, he's one of the best shortstops in the country defensively, and if we can get the bat to come right along with it, he holds a lot of cards in the deal of how far we're going to go. Aaron Morris, another guy that was his teammate at Crimson. Has had a pretty solid career for us. We've actually tinkered with him being a starter this year. Not going to start this weekend, but going to get a lot of innings and be one of the first guys up out of the pen. So those guys were high school teammates. And then Brock Roundy. Brock Roundy made some huge starts for us last year on the mound. He beat Utah and BYU. A guy that's a senior, guy that has made another guy that's made some big strides, and we're expecting some pretty big things from him this year. So another guy that's going to kind of come out of the pen this first weekend, but huge innings for us, huge innings.
Yeah, I love it. Brock Roundy, such a good kid, a twin actually. Yeah. Brock and Brandon Roundy. Brock's on a mission, and Brandon's on a mission, and Brock's finishing up his senior year. And then you got one guy that I'm really interested in. We haven't seen him yet, but second year with the program. Talon Kelly from Snow Canyon High School. Coach, are we going to see him a little bit this year, mix in as an arm, maybe on the back end or middle relief?
Yeah, and of course I made the meaty mistake of starting to list guys and forgot one, Tank Kelly. But Talon's awesome. Yeah, he has had an unbelievable last month on the mound, especially. But is a guy that could play defensively for us at third base. Would probably be an elite first baseman at some point. That's been solid. There's some holes there. He just in high school, was kind of, power guy, but there was some swing and miss in there. But the way he's going to help us the most early in the year is on the mound. His numbers over the last month are off the charts, and he's going to be kind of a middle back end guy for us. And with him and Krapel towards that rear of the bullpen, we're pretty excited about getting there with the lead.
Coach, talk to us a little bit about the schedule as you open on a long road trip to begin the season. Don't make it back to Brewster's Field till February 27th, if I'm correct here. How does that pose problems, or if it's advantageous for the team to get some road games under their belt early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's no replacement playing at home at the Hearst, but this was a little bit planned. I think we have the right group for this. I think we're very mature. We are on the road for 10 days, our first 8 games. And I think it's an unbelievable bonding experience. We're on the bus the whole time. None of our drives are very long, but, down here playing UC Riverside, then up to Bakersfield, then up to Stockton to play University of Pacific. Really the drive home will be the longest, but we're splitting that up in a couple days. So, there was some thought behind this process of one, getting out on the road, getting the guys some bonding time, and getting in some weather and just seeing a different park for a little bit. We've been at our place for so long this fall. We're really excited to get out on the road and kind of make some stuff happen early.
Coach, how do you keep the momentum? I mean, long time between the WAC baseball tournament where you guys made that unbelievable run and now, but how do you capture that momentum you had late in the year and get it going early in the year this year, especially where you've had to cut your roster size down a little bit? I think you told me a week or two ago that you might have a couple guys that have to field a position and we'll see some innings, which we haven't seen a lot. More Shohei Ohtani opportunities for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, it's in terms of momentum, I think it's huge that we made that run late last year. We finished the season, we won the last 3 series of the year going into that conference tournament, and I think the biggest part of that in terms of momentum is just the belief that our guys have in themselves and the program and our staff, the way we do things. So I think they've tasted it a little bit. Now they want more of it, and they know that they belong. I think there's been a lot over these first few years of Division I of some guys kind of treading lightly and wondering if they belong here and do we belong here. And I think they proved it last year, and with so many of them back, it's been pretty easy to get them on board and for them to help pull the new guys along. So in terms of the two-way thing, yeah, Ryan Krapel, obviously preseason conference player of the year. He leads that list, hitting in the middle of our lineup and, being our closer. Talon Kelly, who we talked about, has a chance to do that a little bit. And Petey Soto. Petey has a chance to throw some innings for us this year. Hasn't thrown yet in college in a real game, but kind of been prepping towards this and building his body to this point. And then we got a junior college transfer, Brandon Weiland from Cypress Community College down here in Orange County that has a chance to do a little bit of both for us.
Coach, give us a little bit of a makeup, a little diagnostic of the team hitting-wise. Is this a bopping team, or is this a get them on, get them over, get them in type team, or a little of both?
It's got some of both. It's very dynamic. I'm really excited about that. I was telling somebody yesterday, it's been a little while since we've had this dynamic of a lineup, meaning that we've got some pretty good team speed up and down. We've got some pop. We're not going to hit 100 home runs, but I could see us hitting 100 doubles. I could see us stealing 75 bags. We've got some guys that can really move the baseball. So excited about our left-right kind of matchups as well. Today we're going to face a left-hander, so we've got some right-handed bats that we really like that'll be in there. And then tomorrow we're facing a right-hander, so we'll kind of load up some lefties. So it's a pretty deep group, and it's been a while since we've been this good on offense.
Coach, you mentioned P.D. Soto earlier. He came in and played as a freshman. Do you have any freshmen that are fighting to crack the lineup like P.D. did a couple of years ago? Any newcomers that you've been very impressed and happy with the early returns on?
Yeah, I mean, offensively, on that side of the ball, we've got Mays Madsen, young man out of Lehigh.
Yeah.
He was the 5A baseball player or 6A baseball player of the year in 24, and then in the fall of 25 or last fall, he was the offensive football player of the year at Lehigh. Dad was the head coach at Utah Valley for a long time. So he is a burner, played shortstop in high school. We've moved him to center field. He's a guy with some dynamic attributes in terms of arm strength, foot speed, kind of go get it in the outfield. So really excited about him. And then on the mound, game 2 tomorrow, we're going to start David Shepard, who's a true freshman out of Goodyear, Arizona. Arizona 6A pitcher of the year last year. Got him really late in the process, and man, he's been fantastic. He carries himself like a 21 or 22-year-old on and off the field, poise, and really excited to see what he does.
He's a lefty or a righty, Coach?
He's a left-hander. Left-hander.
Yeah, that was something you didn't have a lot of last year.
Well, we didn't, and we got 3, and we really like all 3. One of them's another kind of pseudo-local kid out of Mesquite, Bryson Tagliata. Was on that team that won a couple state championships, and then went up to College of Southern Idaho for 1 year and is back. And then obviously Brock Roundy, who we talked about. So those are our 3 left-handers, and they're all guys that are going to throw big innings for us.
Coach, I know Paulie asked you about the start of the schedule, but anything else that stands out, any portion of the schedule that you and the staff have put together you're really excited about outside of WAC play and non-conference games?
Yeah, we've got a few teams we've never played before. In this, short, five-year Division I window that we've been in. At the end of this trip, we go up to University of Pacific and play them for the first time. We bring in Austin P in a few weeks at home. They were a 42-win team, went to a regional last year. Team that's made some noise over the last few years since Coach Fanning's been there. We bring in Fresno State, and we haven't played them yet, and they're coming to St. George. We also have Washington State coming back. And we're making a trip out into the Midwest and playing Southern Illinois University and St. Louis University. So yeah, having some new blood on the schedule is a lot of fun, and bringing some of the teams into the Hearst like we're always able to is a lot of fun for us as well.
I don't want to, you don't have to spend too much time on this, but with the Mountain West in baseball coming, how much of a challenge in scheduling has that been? Because I know you got to work ahead on those schedules, in the off season.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. We still don't have a conference schedule for 27, but they have let us know, you're going to have the first 5 weeks open. So we've been able to go fill those. So kind of have the first 5 weeks filled for the next 2 or 3 years. Just hard to kind of then figure out your bye or some midweek stuff because you're not sure if you're going to be home or away. But it's going to be unbelievable travel, in a better way for us, than we've been in the last few years in terms of the geography of the land we're going to have to cover. And, obviously going to Hawaii is a long haul, but neat to kind of get that trip back on the schedule since we left the Pac West, 7 or 8 years ago.
Still fun. You still got a home and home with the Utes and the Cougars this year, so that's exciting for Trailblazer fans as well. I know you guys look forward to those, and won a couple games against those guys last year. It's fun to see those in-state rivalries.
Yeah, that and UNLV. I always like throw UNLV in there. I mean, I know they're not in state, but they're actually closer to us than the other 2 schools. And obviously, I have a huge connection with that program with Coach Stolte, who I worked with at the University of Nevada. I graduated from there, and I've got some family ties there. So always a lot of fun to play those 3 schools. we've had a really good run against BYU and Utah over our first 5 years in Division I, and we've got to get off the schneid with UNLV. We've played them super tough for 5 straight years and haven't come out with a win yet. So this is our year to flip that.
Coach Chris Fatenauer, the Skip. Utah Tech starts the season today down in UC Riverside, and it's a 2 o'clock game this afternoon, a doubleheader tomorrow, and then another game on Sunday. Going to be gone about 10 days to open the season on this 3-set road match. It stops in Bakersfield and Pacific to follow. Coach, go get them. We'll love to see you when you get back here to Hearst, and have some fun out there, and we'll talk again real soon. Thanks for the time previewing the guys and the season.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend, and go Trailblazers.
All right. Yes. Speaking of Trailblazers, there is a home basketball game tomorrow night.
Yes.
We've got tickets we're going to give away right now in the break. If you want to go watch Cal Baptist at the Burns tomorrow night, we'll take a couple pair of winners in the break. 435-990-9950. They're still doing any alumni get 50% off for the game tomorrow night as well. Use code word ALUM. ALUM at utahtech.venue.net. Got to take a break. Back in a flash. It's The Drive. Family Hyundai Studios. Thank you to our great sponsors. If you get a chance, use their products or services. One Health of St. George, Game Day Men's Health, our friends at Prime IV, Wilkinson's, Zag, Coral Canyon Golf Course. Some of our great sponsors bringing the program. So to Weight Loss as well. Check them all out this weekend as you're out and about enjoying your President's Day weekend. We will be off on Monday, but we are going to, we get the day off. Which is nice.
Yeah.
We will be in Tuesday morning, but next week with the state tournament, our shows are going to fluctuate. We're going to have 2 or 3 shows next week, but it'll be hit or miss. We won't have a show, I don't believe, Wednesday morning.
Thursday we can, right?
Thursday we will be good, and Friday we should be good with the later start times at the state tournament. But we got to get to the Weaver State, and the first game is 9:30 a.m. and we're going to be on the road, and the whole crew is all 3 of us going to be. Nobody's going to be in command center.
That's right.
So we're gonna have Monday and probably Wednesday off. We'll be in Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. But we're still gonna try to predict Monday's headlines that we would have talked about if we were on the air on President's Day. And I will say Region 9 boys and girls basketball are going to go a combined 8-1. There is 9 boys and girls games. I am going to predict 9-1. I think we get 4 boys and 4 girls teams up to the Purple Palace at Weaver State for the quarterfinals.
8-1.
I'm also going to predict Utah Tech men's basketball will be tied for first place after the weekend, after they crushed the little Lancers and Croy's.
There you go.
Cuddly kiddos.
Yeah. We gave you a golf clap. That ramp was so spirited.
Also going to predict that Chris Gotterup is going to go back to back and win the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And my guy, give me 2.
My guy.
2 of my guys. The Daytona 500, give me Chase Elliott or Ryan Blaney this weekend in the Great American Race. Give me one of those 2 guys.
You're favoriting your son.
Anybody can win. Anybody can win a Daytona, though. You know that. There's going to be carnage on Sunday.
All right. All right, let me go now. I think that the local, you covered Utah Tech, but we're going to go with the Aggies and the Cougars. I think they go 2-0 this weekend. Not a really lofty statement, as BYU has Colorado, one of the worst teams in the Big 12 this season, and Utah State will be playing a non-conference game against Penny Hardaway in Memphis. So that'll be interesting as well. That's a home game at the Spectrum. So should be a fun non-conference game at 6 p.m. on CBS Sports Network.
What's on the bull sheet for that one?
Yeah, should be some interesting stuff. So
a lot of bullshit.
We're definitely going to have a fun time with those 2 games. I think the Utah schools in the Mountain West in the Big 12 go undefeated this week. Well, not Utah, but BYU and Utah State.
There you go. There you go. Predicting Monday. Tara, anything to predict on Monday? You got an all-star chance. You liked the World earlier.
Yeah. I'm going to stay with the World.
Okay.
And I'm also going to go back to USA Hockey, and I predict that they beat Denmark on Saturday and Germany on Sunday. They're going to go into Monday undefeated.
3-0. Group play. Yeah, 3-0 in group
9
play.
points.
Those games should be a little tougher on paper than the first one, right?
Yeah, Latvia and
Denmark for sure is going to be harder, but I think they pull it out. They're going to win.
JJ Paterka, Mammoth Man on the Germany team. So we'll see him this
weekend.
weekend.
That's going to be a good one.
That's right. That's right. I love it that NHL players are representing their countries.
It's awesome.
I think it's great.
I think it's great.
I just wish they'd let them fight, but I understand why they don't. I understand it. Yeah. All right. Boy, great week of shows this week, guys. Well done. Well done. A lot of energy, a lot of great guests, a lot of really good content, some not so great content. I mean, I always hate reading headlines like we had yesterday.
That rhymes with grape.
With Parker Kingston. That's a horrifying story.
It's not good.
But great week. Great week. We love our listeners. We love our sponsors. We love talking sports with you every weekday morning. Like I said, next week a little inconsistent just because of travel and state tournament games, but we're going to give you as many shows as we possibly can. We'll get you, I promise you, at least 3 shows next week.
Guaranteeing 3.
I'm hoping by the last Monday in February that we all still have a voice.
All right.
That is wishful thinking on my part.
That's right.
Get out the lozenges and the throat spray. That's a real thing, folks.
It is.
I've had to use that before.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Paulie, rate the week, not the show.
week.
Rate the week of shows
Oh, yeah.
on the drive from your humble perspective. Very humble. You're such a humble guy.
I am a humble guy. We had a nice team bonding experience at Sakura, and that kind of set us up for the week. I thought it was a good week. I'm going to say 9-6 for the week.
Okay,
yeah.
That's a high score from the Italian judge.
That's right. That's right.
Tara, rate the show.
Oh.
We're out of time.